Boom, what is brackalackin' boys and girls? Vapor here back at it again with another smoking video. This one's actually going to be a story time, and I've already uploaded this once before, but you know, fuck it, let's get back into it. So this is the story of when I went to, Cincinnati, and we were supposed to be going up there to smoke some bud. Speaking of bud, let's get right into this smoking. Okay, so we was in Cincinnati. We was gonna go get bud. We was gonna go smoke bud and walk the bike path up in Cincinnati. And so, mind you, I'm not gonna tell y'all my exact location, but I was roughly about 2 hours away from Cincinnati. Yeah, I was 2 hours away from my hometown up in Cincinnati, and so all of my access to anyone I knew was back there. And so we're up in Cincinnati, and the dude I'm with, we'll call him K and H. So K ends up calling up this dude saying, yo, we need to buy some tabs. So we go up there, and apparently we find out once we're already there, we're gonna be doing acid as well, which is fine. I'm an acid veteran. I've done it like 4 or 5 times, which I know is not a lot, but mind you, kind of young. 21 for all smoking purposes. I'm 21. This is legal, okay? Don't want y'all be going crazy on me. July 2nd, 2001. No, nothing illegal. And if you're under 18, fuck off, you can't watch it. If you're under 21, fuck off, you can't smoke it. So we're up in Cincinnati. We find out we're doing acid. And I'm the only person in the car who's ever done acid. So he's all trying to get tips and shit from me, and I'm like, oh, just remember, it's just a chemical. Nothing you're gonna see is gonna be real. And, you know, don't think about shit too much when you're on acid. Throw you into a bad trip. Just live life as it comes to you. Go down to your dumbest form, be like, ooh, pretty colors. You know, pretty shapes, pretty sizes. Just, you know, take the acid as it comes, and just live life. Like, you're not gonna be seeing no gods or monsters. You're not gonna be seeing nothing crazy. And if you do see stuff like that, it's just a chemical being released in your brain. So we get to Cincinnati. We're ready to take our tabs. We're ready to smoke some weed. We're ready to start walking this bike path. And so we do all that, right? Take 3.5 tabs, just for starters. And half down the rabbit hole. And I only took a half one because H didn't want to take more than one, so I made him take 1.5. I was like, one's probably not gonna do anything for you. Got him to take 1.5. Then he decided to take another one later on that night. But we're all walking this bike path. We take it at pretty much exactly 12. It might have been a couple minutes beforehand, but it was like pretty much midnight. And so we take it at 12. We start feeling real good about an hour or two in. We're all laughing, we're all smoking, we're all walking this bike path. We keep laying down to rest and just look up at shit and let it kick in like every 10-15 minutes. Couple hours goes by, I don't even know how long, because mind you, we're walking a bike path in one direction, so we're walking farther and farther away from the car. And so we keep walking. We're late. We take one last break before everything goes to shit. Right here before I get into the details. So we're all smoking. We're all taking tabs. Fucking hitting cigarettes. Hitting vapes. Getting that nicotine. Nicotine, that weed, that acid. Well, shots before we even got to Cincinnati, but those didn't really take effect because it's just a few and I got a strong ass tolerance. But we got all that working in our bodies, and this dude's like, yo, I'm seeing God. He's talking to me. I see him. And this is K saying all this. Now, mind you, we got H, K, an acid dealer, and babysitter. And there was this acid dealer and his girlfriend, you know, they sold it to us. They hung out with us, and the girlfriend was the babysitter. And so she kind of just babysat all of us, made sure none of us were losing our shit. So Kay starts freaking out, saying he's seeing God, and like he can't see anything but God, and like everything is black, and like yada yada yada. No, that's not true, because he's still walking with us, and he can still follow us, and he's still with us. He can't really, he can see what's in front of him, but his brain can't process it, so everything's black type of shit. And so he's like, I'll follow you. You guys just lead the way. I'll yell lightning. You guys yell thunder, and I'll just follow it. Cause he's ex-military. You know, he's seen some shit, and he's been through some shit, and you know, I guess he's been in the dark and shit, and I guess that's what they do. Lightning, thunder. It's like Marco Polo, I guess. He was all like, yell lightning, I'll yell thunder. We yelled that like 3 times before he stopped following and kind of just walked off into the woods. And we kind of just like left him, because like we were freaked out by him, but for him, and we had to like get back to the car. That car was our end goal. We didn't think anything behind that. We was just like, we got to get back to the car. My phone's in there, my cigarettes are in there, all this shit's in there. And so we get back to the car. We can't get in the car. This dumbass locked it, which I mean, I guess that's smart in hindsight, but it was like the worst thing that we could stumble upon was like that locked car. And so I'm like, fuck, bro, we gotta break his windows or something. And then Aiden's like, yeah, bro, we gotta get your phone. We gotta call your parents or someone. My phone can't make calls. And I'm like, bro, you got your phone on you? So this dude has his phone on him. And I'm like, all right, bro, the only way we can legally get out of this and get into that car is by calling the cops on ourselves. And so we did that. We're both minors at this point. He was like 17, I think. I was like 15 or 16. But yeah, so we call the cops on ourselves. These dudes show up. It's like 4 squad cars, a ranger, or a sheriff or something, and then like 2 ambulances. And so me and Hayden are in one ambulance, and they're like one of the other ambulance dudes, EMS, whatever, emergency people, coming up and be like, hey, we got your other buddy here. He's naked, attacking cops. So this dude's over here. After he walked off into the woods, he stripped naked at some point. He started attacking the cops that were trying to help him. He's still talking about God. They call up our parents. My parents had to go to H's parents' house and get verbal consent because they didn't have a phone to get a hold of them. So my mom had to go up and get verbal consent for permission to pick up from his mom, H's mom. Gives the verbal consent. They start coming over. It takes like 2 or 3 hours for them to get there. And that whole time after we're done in the ambulance, we get put into like this the back of a cop car, and had these like metal bars that felt super good to touch, and I was like tripping on acid, so I was just like touching shit. And they finally gave me my phone. I texted my girlfriend, who is still my girlfriend, which is crazy because this was years ago. But I texted her. I was like, yo, I'm tripping. The acid was way stronger than it normally is. My friend got naked. He's attacking cops. I'm like, I'm fucking tripping, bro. Like, please text me. And this whole time while I'm trying to text this, it's like pissing me off because the keys on the keyboard keep moving around. And it's like I don't see no monsters or creatures, or I don't see anything that my mind's creating when I'm on acid. It's just like a kaleidoscope, a really neat kaleidoscope. and it's all like rainbow and super pretty. And so I'm trying to type and my letters are moving around, like going out of proportion and out of shape, and I'm trying to type on one letter and it's like, well, that's where you see the letter, but the real letter is like 2 spaces away from that. And it's like everything's just slightly lifted or everything's moving individually. Like if I'm focusing on one letter, only that one letter will be doing weird shit. So it's like just trying to stare at this keyboard, which mind you has a photo of me and my girlfriend on the back of it, and like her face is all moving and like freaking me out. So I'm getting like a panic attack just texting her. And so that finally all ends. My mom came and got us. We're still chugging on these fucking gallons of water the ambulance people gave us. We're fucking having a hoot and a holler. I need a cigarette so damn bad though, and I can't smoke in my grandma's car. She came and got us. And so I'm like still upset, and she's all like, you guys are gonna hear about this tomorrow and you guys are in so much trouble. Me and H. We weren't in any trouble, obviously. Like, it wasn't our fault. We didn't even know there was gonna be acid. Or that he would react like that. But we ended up getting back home, and basically to sum up the end of that story is we each heard a fucking ice cream truck in the early morning when like no ice cream truck would be out, and it was just me and H. We both heard it, and it was crazy. And bro, just so much shit happened. Like, H still has PTSD from that night. But yeah, that was my quick little story time. Rundown is we went to Cincinnati, got too fucked up on acid. One of my best friends got naked, attacked cops. He got locked up. Me and my other best friend are scarred for life from that night. So, thank y'all so much for watching. I love y'all. I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace out. Bye.